Hey guys, Theron Asbury here with Revital Outdoors, bringing you another exciting podcast. Tonight we have another pre-tournament podcast for the 2022 BFL All-American. That tournament's happening next week on Lake Hamilton in Hot Springs, Arkansas. We're going to talk to Mr. David Bright. David finished in his top 6 finish last year to qualify for the event on Lake Murray. That was the BFL Regional he fished. This is his first BFL All-American. So yet again, another great pre-tournament podcast with a first-time angler for the All-American. This is going to be some great content. We're really looking forward to bringing David into the studio. Before we get started, Revital Outdoors is still very excited. We are accepting entries into our $2,500 sweepstakes giveaway package. In order to enter that giveaway, all you have to do is hit that link at the top of the description right below this video. It takes a few seconds to do, guys, and I promise you no angler out there is going to want to miss out on this opportunity. We've got great companies involved such as Flambeau Outdoors, Costa Del Mar, Seagar, the Rod Glove, Lou's Strike King, and Tackle Warehouse. That winner will be selected at the end of the BFL season, but go ahead and get entered now. That way your chance of winning is there in the running. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. That's Revital Outdoors. And if you've never heard of Revital Outdoors, we are a premium CBD company. Our products are THC-free, made right here in America. They're great for combating all the different ailments out there on the water or in the field. They're designed for sportsmen, by outdoor enthusiasts. So check them out. You can purchase them directly off our website. That's www.revitaloutdoors.com. That being said, let's go ahead and bring David Bright straight into the studio. David, I want to say thank you for joining us on our podcast this evening. Congratulations on qualifying for your first BFL All-American. Man, let's talk about the road getting there, that BFL Regional last year. Tell us a little bit about your backstory.
As far as fishing the regional?
Like just your fishing career in general, and then leading up to fishing that regional last year and then qualifying for the All-American.
Well, I haven't, I just started fishing back in 2014. I fished a little bit when I was in school back home. I moved to North Carolina to pursue a career in NASCAR. And I did that for a while, and then, a buddy of mine took me fishing, and we actually won a tournament. And after that, I was eat up with it, So I spent a lot of time on the water and, just being able to hone in your craft, I guess you'd say. And, I really enjoyed it. I loved every aspect of the competition, and the being in God's great outdoors. It's just seeing the sunrise and, running down the lake is just, there's no comparison, that's what I enjoy most about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I definitely have to commend you on that. I share the same experiences myself as an angler. There's something about, being out there, getting away from the media and the drama on social media and all that, and just being in God's country and fishing. It holds no prejudice. It's made for everybody to be enjoyed by everybody. So really well put. So, well, man, you got top 6 finish last year that qualified you for that All-American at that regional last year. So tell us a little bit about that event. And, you mentioned earlier you never really understood the capacity of qualifying for the All-American. And how has it changed since then? And what are you looking forward to next week?
Well, at BFL at Murray, I've never been there before. Did a little homework and looked at the lake, and then I ended up going down there and practice. And I spent 3 days trying to catch some schooling fish, offshore. And I realized that wasn't my deal. So I went, up in the river area, and found some fish that I thought I could catch. But it was a really tough tournament. We started the first day. I had nothing to lose. I was like, I'm already here. I found it, I looked at my map, and I had a creek that I caught 2 fish in. I said, well, I just started in that creek, and I just started fishing and, developed a pattern and run with it. And it worked out. The third day conditions changed, and I was able to adapt to the changes, whereas other guys wasn't. I didn't realize, because I went out day 3 in 11th place, and I was 4 pounds out. So I was like, man, I felt like I needed at least, 15 pounds to advance to the top 6, but being 4 pounds out. But I was able to call up a few times and, be able to finish sixth. And, I was really glad, and don't mean this in a bad way, but I had, really no close friends or family there at that moment. And, if they, I would have broke down crying. I mean, I'll just be honest with you. Like a buddy of mine called me while I was waiting, for checks and stuff. And I was like, dude, I can't talk to you. I can't, I can't talk to you right now because I was just so emotional, because it was that big of a deal. And even back up a day after day two, when they said that I finished 11th, I went and sat in my truck and I called a buddy of mine because I was beside myself. I didn't know, I run off the tracks, so I had to get my mind back right to go back and be able to go fishing the third day because I was just so emotional of like, hey, that really, that really just happened. So I mean, that's how I'm, wound up, finishing sixth at Murray, and we just been tooling around. I've had a pretty good year this year in the BFLs. I'm sitting 10th in points this year, and that's been a goal of mine, for this start of 2022 season. So I've been doing pretty good. So I'm, my confidence level, and I'm still in the momentum train going into this All-American, and I told my buddies that I know, I was like, this last BFL we had on Bugs Island 2 weeks ago. And I was like, I just want to do decent, get a check, and get out of here so I can still have momentum going into Arkansas. That's going to be it's going to be about a 14-hour drive from here. So it's pretty good hike. But I'm just ready to get, I'm ready to get it going, because just it's been a long time since October to get here, so it's just, I wasn't worried about it, but now I've been, getting everything ready, getting everything packed up, and it's like, okay, it's go time. I mean, I'm going to leave here tomorrow afternoon and start heading that way, and I'm excited and, I'm ready for the journey. That lake, it's not really a big fish factory from the research I've done, never been there. Monday is our first, optional practice day. So that's going to be a challenge, because it's Memorial Day. There'll be a lot of recreational boats there,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then Tuesday we get an off day, and then Wednesday is official practice, and I'm looking forward to that, because it's everybody that's made it that I know that said that it's an experience that you won't regret. It's it's regardless of worse, I can finish as 49th, of the top weekend anglers in the country. So I mean, it's you fishing for free and an open mindset. Like, yeah, sure, everybody wants to win, but at the end of the day, it's still a major accomplishment. So you just got to roll with the punches, and whatever the good Lord has in store is what He got in store. But I mean, I'm confident, that I can, catch them, at least, try and catch a limit. But I mean, I'm just ready, man. I'm telling you, I'm just ready to go. Just the anticipation anxiety is like, let's go,
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a big tournament. It's a big deal to qualify for. It's even a bigger deal to fish it. And even just outside of winning it, there's just so many things that, can be established from an angler qualifying for that event. You live there in North Carolina. You've got a lot of experience on clearwater impoundments, spotted bass fishing. A lot of that's going to, factor into Lake Hamilton. I know you can't get any information. Do you think you've got enough history to try to put the pieces together at Hamilton, or are you just going into it with an open mindset and just going to fish the moment?
Well, I mean, it's no secret. I mean, it's just like, FLW, there's certain, they've predicted, that it's going to be one out of brush piles. Well, that lake's got brush piles, docks, and lakes. I mean, it's, I mean, it's got some grass, water willow grass in it, shoreline grass, but it's all going to play. I feel like you got to have a shallow and a deeper, pattern to fish those brush piles. I don't have, me personally, I don't have spot lock or, live target, nothing against them. I just financially haven't made that purchase, so I'm just going to fish my strengths. And I know that, you're just going to have to rotate in between brush piles, dogs, grass, bushes. I mean, it's just, I don't know what stage the fish are in, per se, because this year's been kind of weird. Like even here in North Carolina, as far as the spawn goes, it wasn't a big wave that went and, came and gone. So I feel like, I just going to go there with an open mind and go fishing. I mean, that's all I can do. I mean, if I say, well, I'm going to catch them on, a jig under docks, well, I can run that pattern to the daylight till dark and not catch fish. I mean, you have to, I feel like you have to go in this tournament with an open mind, but I feel like it's going to fit in my wheelhouse per se is junk fishing 101. Right. Lake Norman, North Carolina, you can catch them on anything you want to catch them on. Spotted bass are just that active, but the key is finding those active fish. But we just, it's just going to be junk fishing. And I'm excited because, it doesn't bother me to have 15 rods on the front deck, and I'm not scared to, throw a jig to a jerk bait. You know what I mean? I just go and have fun and, try and figure them out. I mean, that's all we can do. I mean, I look at it, if I catch a limit, I beat the fish. So, I mean, that's all I can do.
Absolutely. It's a great mindset to look into. David, before I let you go, a couple more questions. The first one being, what's your initial reaction to this right here? David Bright, 2022 BFL All-American champion.
Dude, I'd start crying. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, it would be a dream come true, for me especially. Yeah, I mean, I can't think about that. We gotta make it to the third day to have a chance, and that's my mindset. Because I can't think of what if this and what if that, because then I would put too much stress and anxiety on yourself. You just got to go fish with an open mind and make it to the third day to have a chance. And that's all that's all any of us can ask for. But if I don't make it to the third day, I won't have a chance, So it's like Brian Thrift said, and when he was at Forcewood Cup there, he said, if I could lead on day one, I got a chance of winning it. So, I mean, I feel like, that's not a lake you can make up a lot of ground on, from the research I've done. So, I mean, we're just going to go out there and, catch as much weight as we can on day one and carry it on. I mean, because, yes, there's fishing pressure there, but it's just a clear lake. And, it's not a big fish factory. So you just got to swing for the fences on day one and hope it, and keep digging. That's all you can do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. David, great mindset there. Before we let you go, you've mentioned your family, your friends there in North Carolina where you live now currently. You got a lot of support behind you. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to or a thank you before we let you go?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Scott Knowles with Petroleum Tech. He's a friend of mine. He come on board last year and has helped me last year and this year. And without him, I wouldn't be where I'm at, because I mean, bass fishing's not cheap, and I mean, everybody knows it, but, if you can have a little freedom of the mindset of, hey, I don't have to cash a check to pay my mortgage this month. If you can fish that way, it makes you fish with a lot more open mind. And that's, he's a good friend of mine. And, I really appreciate him a lot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, well, David, really appreciate you coming on the podcast. Good luck to you next week. Really looking forward to seeing the results from the tournament. Really sounds like you got a great mindset going into it. You're going to have a lot of fun. as well as all the anglers that are fishing that 2022 BFL All-American next year. So before we let everybody go, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, you've been watching the rotating banner below here. Hit that link at the top of the description right below this video. Enter into our $2,500 sweepstakes giveaway. Again, this is a package no angler is going to want to miss out on, but you got to enter in. So hit that link, take a few seconds, and get entered into that contest. From all of us at Revital Outdoors, thank you to David Bright for joining us this evening on this podcast. Appreciate everyone's support, all the subscribers out there, everybody who's been viewing these podcasts. Thank you so much. We've really, really enjoyed it. From all of us at Revital Outdoors, I'm Theron Asbury. Thank you again for tuning into this podcast. Be safe out there. God bless. We'll talk to everyone very, very soon.
Thank you.